But I just thank God because I literally could have had a stroke on any given day. What's up, my angels? It's your girl, Shira Renee, and I am back with another banger. Oh,
just see those sleigh bells jingling, ring, tingle, tingling. I'm on to lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside, snow is falling and friends are calling you. I'm on to lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Just see those.
alright, so today I'm going to be talking about my pregnancy, like how it all went down, how I felt, and I'm gonna just break it down. I'm really gonna specify like how my preeclampsia specifically, how it went, how I found out I had it, and all that good stuff. So before we get to the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification bell so you can get notified every single time I upload. Ain't that right, Carson? I had Carson August 18th. Ain't that right, Stink? Alright, so I found out I was pregnant in January, on January 5th of 2020. I remember that day like it was just there. Found out I was pregnant. Went through a whole bunch of like obstacles and thoughts and all of that good stuff. So it was around the pandemic started, I would say March, into almost April. That's when the pandemic started, and I was just getting ready to, like, you know, find out the gender and all this other stuff. Slowly but surely I was feeling more tired. I was feeling more aches in my body, and you know, sometimes it could just be pregnancy. It don't have to be nothing wrong with you. Pregnancy just makes you tired, makes you ache, makes you feel not yourself. So I didn't really think nothing of it. And then around May is when, like, we kind of just, like, I don't want to say gave up on quarantining, but we went to my mom's boyfriend's house. So I was walking around a lot more. I wasn't just in the house, because at the beginning, me and my mom and my sister, we quarantined. Like, we did not leave the house unless we were going to get groceries. So we started leaving the house just to go to his house, because he didn't live with anybody. And slowly but surely I started noticing my feet and my ankles swelling, and I didn't say nothing to her, which is my OGBYN, until June, because June is when we just completely just was like, okay, we gonna social distance, but we gonna hang out with people, this, that, and the third. My ankles were really swollen, like couldn't even fit certain shoes. My feet were very swollen. It was hard for me to walk. It was hard for me to stand for a certain amount of time, and I just did not feel right. And so when I went to my OBGYN appointment in June, I asked her, I said, you know, hey, my feet swelling, my mom and my auntie is telling me to ask you if anything is going on, if it's water, like what exactly is going on. She literally touched my feet and was like, that's where the breast milk gets stored. And I'm just thinking, like, okay, but she goes to school for this, so she knows. If anybody knows, she knows. So I'm like, okay, you know, I go downstairs, because I went down to my mom and I told her, I'm like, yeah, she said it was from the heat, and she said that it's also breast milk storing, and that my feet are like they're gonna swell because of the heat. And she was like, my mom's like, that don't really sound right, but we're just gonna take it and run with it. So then July comes, and it's the same thing, nothing has changed. And in July I was getting this real hard hurting pain in my right side specifically, and like right up under my breast. It was like a real sharp pain, and what I was thinking was he was sitting on like my ribs or something. I never thought of anything else. I'm like, okay, you know, I used to spend that at my auntie house all the time in July. So I was like, basically like, tell people, my cousin and my auntie, like, I need to go lay down because he's sitting on the wrong side and it really, really hurts. And I would just go to sleep until the pain went away. And I was on my right side, remember that. So then we went to the appointment and she kept saying the same thing. It's just the heat and it's just the baby milk stored in your feet. It finds places to store the milk. Your body finds places to store the milk. I'm like, okay. Then in August, I went to, no, I didn't even get to go to my checkup on August. My checkup was supposed to be August 18th. On August 16th, I felt so tired. I felt so I was over this pregnancy. I'm like, this is not right. Like, you're not supposed to feel like this. Something is wrong. My feet are swelling. I'm tired. I don't want to do nothing. I don't even want to wake up. I just want to sleep all day, which could be part of pregnancy. My right side is always hurting. My feet is swollen. It's hard to walk. It's hard to stand. I can't do nothing because I can't stand for too long. I can't walk nowhere. And I go to Walmart and got to ride on a scooter. I just could not. I was not physically able to do things that I normally would have been able to do. And it started to scare me. So on her. So my mom like, she's like, you got the last couple of weeks. Cause I had like 3 more weeks. She's like, you need to just, you know, take a breather. She's like, if you want to go this time, you can go. But next time, you know, she's like, from this point on, you need to just, you know, stay at home. So I got in the car and I was like, you know, I'm going to call the hotline. Not the hotline, but the after hour to see like what they suggest. Do they suggest me to come in? Do they suggest me to wait for my appointment? What do they suggest? So I told them my feelings, how it was like, can't do nothing. My feet was really swollen. It was a whole bunch of different symptoms that I had. But for the main part, it was my feet was really swollen. And my right side was hurting, like hurting so bad. So, oh, and I had really, 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 really bad headaches. Headaches will not go away unless I took like Motrin 800s. And you know you have to get a prescription for that. So I was using other people's prescriptions because I couldn't get a prescription for Motrin 800s. So, you can't take Tylenol or anything like that. So, I called and it wasn't my doctor. My doctor wasn't the one on call, so a different doctor. And he was like, you know, when you're past, I think it's like 27 weeks, they have you come in when anything is going wrong just so they can do a checkup and they just make sure everything is okay. So he was like, come in, and he was like, most likely you're going to get sent home. So just come in so we can check on you and make sure everything's okay, and we're probably going to send you home. So I said, okay. And so I told my friend, like, he told me to come in, but I knew if I was to stay, that only one person was allowed to stay with me, and I wanted my mom to stay. So she drove me up there. I mean, she could have dropped me off, but I didn't want to check in and do all that by myself. Even though, never mind. I'll tell you that in a minute. But, yeah, so my mom, so I ended up calling my mom and telling my mom, like, they told me to come up there. So she was like, so what are you going to do? I'm like, I'm going to wait till tomorrow, and then in the morning, I'll get dropped off, or, you know, I can pack my stuff. That way I can pack my stuff, get ready for the hospital, have his hospital bag packed and everything. Most of it was already packed, but I just wanted to make sure. And so I'm just like, I'm cleaning my room, making sure everything is okay, just in case he comes home, bed set up. Everything is just put in place for me to bring home a newborn baby. Because I honestly felt like I was like over it. I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. My OB has been telling me for months that it's just milk and that it's just water stored, milk stored, and it's the heat. But I honestly feel like something else is going on. So she was like, okay. So we went in. You okay? So we went in to eat. We ate. I ate a nice little meal. I had some chicken crispers. I remember that. I had some chicken crispers. And then the next morning, I ate ate my leftover Crispers, which was like 1.5 Crispers. And then my mom, she had somewhere to go out there that was right next to where my OB was, or where the delivery room was. So she dropped me off just to go to the emergency, you know. And I left all my stuff, like the baby's bag and all my hospital stuff, I left it at home because I didn't want to carry all that to her car and then have to carry it up and then just to be sent back home. So I left it at home. So I went and I checked in. They wheelchaired me up to not triage. I skipped triage. I skipped all of that. They wheelchaired me up to the labor and delivery. And they immediately made me use the bathroom. They checked my urine. And when they came back, they were like, you have preeclampsia. They checked my blood pressure. They said your blood pressure is too high to send you home. You have to stay and you will be induced and you will have your baby tomorrow. So in my head, I'm thinking like, I should have been mentally prepared for this. I'm already knowing that it's a possibility that he could be born. So I should have mentally prepared myself. I didn't know what to expect. I'm just like, okay. So my mom called when she got done doing what she was doing, and she was like, so what are they saying? They said I gotta stay. They said I'm having him tomorrow. And she was like, oh my gosh. So she had to come home, pack her hospital bag, find her something good to eat. And with preeclampsia, they put you on magnesium. And you can't eat while you're on magnesium, and you can't eat for 24 hours after you have the baby because you're on magnesium and you can't eat. So I didn't eat that good that morning because, I mean, something in me felt like I couldn't stay, but at the same time I'm thinking like, I just want to make sure everything's okay. I don't think I'm going to stay. So I was just like, okay, what the heck? Like, I'm going to be starving. You can't drink. They didn't let me eat nothing but ice. And I was just like, okay. And then they didn't even like, they put this this little thing that goes on your leg to help with the blood circulation, because my blood pressure was so freaking high, y'all. That was like, she never like said nothing. And I'm like, nope. Every time I asked her, she said it was milk stored. That's what she told me, and that's what I was going with. She said the weather was high, so I was gonna, and that was like the worst, because they kept asking me, like, at that time I was not feeling nothing in my right side or anything like that, but they kept asking me, like, you're not feeling any pain in your right side, right? And I'm like, no. But then I eventually asked them, what does that mean if you are? And they was like, that means you could have a stroke. And in my head, I'm just thinking like, wow, like, I was really feeling that pain in my right side for the longest. It's been like a month that I had felt that pain, and I could have had a stroke on any given day. But I just thank God, because I literally could have had a stroke on any given day, because I did not know that anything was wrong with me, because I mean, I'm not an OB. I don't study pregnancy, so I don't know what's supposed to be going on and what's not. So I'm just thinking I'm going to listen to whatever my OB tells me, because that's why I have an OBGYN. And clearly what she was telling me was not what it was. And they were just like so wild. Like, wow. I don't even know what would have happened to me. But God kept me strong and alive, and no stroke, no nothing the whole time. So I thank him for that. But if you want to see the story time of my labor and delivery, comment down below, labor and delivery, and go to my Instagram in the description down below. Follow me on Instagram at The Real Shyra Rennie. The link will be in the description. and stay connected with me to be a strong family. So join the Angel Mafia, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
See those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting-a-ting-a-ling. Ring, ting-a-ting-a-ting. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh